Hey guys, Miles today bringing you a brand new video, and in this one we're going to be unboxing the Apple Watch Series 6 44mm. This thing finally showed up today. I ordered it probably about 3 weeks ago, and let me tell you, it's going to be a big upgrade. Okay, I am upgrading from the Series 1 42mm stainless steel. I ended up going with aluminum this time, but the first one, stainless steel, and you guys can see this thing is super beat up. There's a big crack going down the screen. You see these blotchy areas up there. That's from basically the screen would actually fall out towards the end of this thing's lifetime, and sweat and moisture kind of got behind it, and it's kind of gross. This thing's donezo. I haven't worn it in probably 5 months or so. Figured, you know, we upgraded the phone. We might as well upgrade the watch as well. So let's get into it, open this thing up, talk about some of the key differences, why I chose this particular watch, and then at the end I'll give you guys a nice little B-roll and finish things off. So let's get right into this unboxing. Well, here it is, guys. It's in its box and everything still. Let's go ahead and open it up. There we go. Now this thing, the reason I went with the 44mm is one, size. You know, I had the 42mm before. I figured I should stick with the larger size. Let's go ahead and peel this open. Always so satisfying every time. So I went with the 44mm because, again, a little bit larger size, and form factor wise, if you actually compare the 44mm to the older 42mm, they're actually about the same size form factor wise, but with the newer watches, you actually get a larger screen because it goes more edge to edge. This box is a lot different than the previous one. Alright, so there's that. I can get rid of that. So here we go. I actually have two separate boxes. So this is the braided solo loop. I hope it fits well. I decided to order directly through Apple because, one, I've got the Apple card, got to get that 3%. And two, so I could actually try out this new band, and I will still be able to use these white sport bands that came with the original watch. The 42mm bands do fit on the 44mm watches, so that'll be nice because I actually have this band, I have a Milanese loop, and now the sport band. What am I missing here? Okay. So yeah, I decided to go straight through Apple. This thing did take a little bit of time to ship, unlike the iPhone 12 mini, which literally was here within 2 days. Let's open this up. There we go. It's actually kind of a heavy top of the box here. Alright, so first, what we have inside, we're greeted with the classic designed by Apple. I don't know how well that's focusing in, but designed by Apple, and then this is kind of showing you the setup process, which I shouldn't really have to mess with. I've done it before, so I'm hoping it won't be too complicated. You've got the actual charger here. Now I probably won't be using this too often. I bought a stand with a charger, but right here, this is the actual watch now. It's wrapped up in this paper. It's nice that they actually matched this cardboardy paper material in color. It's actually the blue. Let's go ahead and open that up. That is nice. So there's the blue of the actual watch. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but I did try to match my glasses to it. I don't know how well that's focusing, and I also can't see because my glasses are off, but it does look super clean. My first one was stainless steel, and I honestly got that because, I don't know, I wanted to flex on people, I guess. I was the only one with a stainless steel in my town for a long time. Will I ever buy stainless steel again? Probably not, unless I'm really rolling in it. I opened it, but it's not. There we go. I'm just dumb. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this solo loop out, and then we can kind of get into some of the differences between, you know, the Series 6 and the SE, which also launched this year as the more entry-level Apple Watch. And there's really only 3 real big differences. And for the most part, I don't see a lot of reason why anyone should buy the 6, because most people that are buying Apple Watches aren't going to benefit really from the couple of extra features. What is in here? There is there's something. Is it just cardboard? Oh, it's just, I don't know, just cardboard. It just feels super thick. Like, it feels like there's actually something in there. Now, they do recommend when you get this band to actually get the smaller size. So I'm hoping, you know, that this actually fits well. It is a little stretchy, so you guys can see that there. Hopefully that focuses in real nice. Not quite, but it's a braided solo loop. They actually give you a couple ways to measure your wrist and figure out what size to get, and then if you're between sizes, you're supposed to go with the smaller size. Did I put that in backwards? I'm done. Now you're supposed to actually go with the smaller size because, man, I'm real dumb. Because this thing is a little bit stretchy. There we go. Okay, and then right there. Now, first time putting it on, it should just kind of, it's not, I almost wish I would have, I like my watches really tight, so I kind of wish I would have gotten an even smaller band, but that's super comfy. You guys can see it just attaches there, goes straight around. There's no band, there's no loop like you guys see here. Super nice. Let's bring the camera back up and then we can talk about some of the differences in the actual Series 6 versus the SE. So there's really only 3 differences between this watch and the SE model, which retails for, I think you can get it as low as $299 is the entry level price for the 40 millimeter, versus I think the Series 6 watch retails entry level at $399. So I think it's $100 difference, and you're really paying that extra $100 for 3 things, and that's the always on display. In the past, with a watch like this one, if your hand was down by your side, you would actually have to raise your wrist in order for that display to turn on, or tap it. Now in the series, it was either in the Series 4 or 5, they introduced the always on display. So even when your wrist is down here, you can actually glance over and still see the time. And that's a small thing. At first I thought it was super goofy, but then working at Costco and dealing with nurses and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, you know, if you're checking a pulse, you can't really remove your hand. Yeah, you could tap it, but you're usually writing something down with this hand. So that, I saw a video of like planks and just checking the time. Stuff like that actually makes sense for the always on display. And with the always on display, they've always done well about maintaining the same battery life as the previous generation. So when they introduced the always on display in the Series 5, which again, I'm pretty sure it was in the Series 5, they turned the display on 24/7 while maintaining the same Series 4 battery life. So theoretically, you could actually turn the always display on, off, turn that setting off, and increase your battery life. And same thing here. The display actually got a little bit brighter while maintaining the same battery life as the Series 5 and Series 4. But again, it's always on and it's a little bit brighter than it was in the past. Outside of the always on display, you have 2 health features. You have a blood oxygen sensor. A lot of people are concerned with the masks and facial coverings with COVID and how it's affecting their blood or their oxygen intake. So they did introduce a blood oxygen sensor, which isn't medically accurate, but it'll probably help some people kind of get ease of mind when thinking about that if you are concerned. The other bigger health benefit is the built-in ECG. So that's the electrocardiogram, where it will actually detect irregular heartbeat, AFib, stuff like that. And again, it's not medically accurate, but it's still going to provide you with more information to give to your doctor. I always tell people at work, especially if they either have heart problems or family history of heart problems, you know, if you have those things going on, or if you just want to have a better idea of how your heart's working, you might wake up on your normal 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m. time, whatever you wake up at, and everything's fine, but you slept with the watch on and you noticed that at 3 a.m. something was whack with your heart. Didn't affect you, you woke up fine, but you can at least call your doctor and say, hey, I don't know if I should be worried, and kind of go from there. Outside of those 3 features though, they really are exactly the same. For most people, the bigger decision is, do you want a GPS model or a cellular model? And for me, I'll always choose a GPS connected model. My phone's nearby 24/7. Even with my old iPhone 7 Plus and the Series 1 watch, the range was super solid. I never felt like I really needed my phone right next to me or needed cellular service to the watch in order for me to get all my notifications. And obviously that's going to vary person to person. I always tell people, if you're the type of person that wants to disconnect from your phone, or at work, if your phone's supposed to be, you know, in your locker or whatever, if you work out and you leave your phone in the locker or in your bag, any scenario where you find your phone is too far away, then the cellular option might be for you. For me, it's just not. So that's honestly a bigger decision for most people, unless you do want the built-in ECG. And I do think that's really the only cell feature. I think the always on display is neat. I think the blood oxygen sensor is neat. I think the ECG actually gives you important information for your heart and your heart health. But that's gonna do it for this video. Let's hit you guys with a little bit of B-roll before we get the outro going. So here you guys go. Alright, we hope you enjoyed the B-roll. Seeing this thing on the nice stand next to the matching blue iPhone 12. You guys can see the wallet off to the side as well. Went with the all blue suite. But again, that's gonna do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are a little better informed if you're thinking about getting an Apple Watch and you just don't know which one. You know, you think, well, $300 or $400, or if you're getting the larger sizes, I think it's $330 and $430, which size, that's just whatever you feel comfortable with on your wrist. But I hope that the little bit of information I gave you guys will help you make a decision. And I think Apple's kind of marketing plan here is to get more people to give the Apple Watch a try at the $300 price point, which is less intimidating than $400 on something you don't know if you're gonna like. And of course, Apple's a confident company. If you buy that $300 entry-level SE and you really enjoy it, the following year or two, you're more likely to upgrade it to the more pro model in the series, 7 or 8, if we're talking a year or two down the line. But again, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the blue braided band. If you guys have a watch, if you guys want to send me pictures of your watch or the bands that you have, or honestly, if you guys go on Twitter and just send me your favorite Apple Watch accessories, that'd be kind of awesome. That would actually make for a good video. I could look at them and react to them. Hell, if I think some of them are super dope, I might actually buy them. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.